Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday, and I had most definitely not planned to speak today, but I just want to very briefly, though, point out some concerns with the comments from my friend, the gentleman from Shenandoah, Delegate Gilbert. And, I appreciate him railing against Washington, and frankly, it got me wondering whether he's planning to run for Congress. But Mr. Speaker, 2 points. One is, this issue of deficits and Washington misspending money. I think we all understand that it's a bipartisan problem, and if we're going to spend our time talking about, Democrats on Capitol Hill did this, Republicans on Capitol Hill did that, let's just add a dose of reality and fact to it and acknowledge that during the 6 years where Republicans controlled Capitol Hill between 2000 and 2006, spending went up, deficits ran up, and so they're part of the problem too. And I couldn't agree more that if we as a country are going to be fiscally responsible, we need to get control of that mess in Washington when it comes to deficit spending and mortgaging our future to China. I agree with my friends across the aisle on that point. So let's look at what the governor has proposed. Now, the bonds from 3202, I'll be totally honest with you, I voted for. I don't necessarily have a huge problem with that piece of it, as long as, in fact, the tax on insurance premiums will indeed cover the debt service, and that's the point of concern. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. But the Garvey bonds, please take a close look at those Garvey bonds, because the payback mechanism for the Garvey bonds is federal highway money. It's federal highway money that may or may not get appropriated in any given year. And even if it is appropriated, that's part of that deficit spending that you all are so concerned with and that I'm so concerned with. So please, let's take a look at it. Let's realize that part of the governor's proposal is to use federal money that you all are railing against to pay off debt that we would take on here in Virginia. I just encourage people to, let's try and move beyond some of the he said, she said, finger-pointing and rhetoric, and let's get into the nuts and bolts of these proposals and have this real conversation, because it is an important issue and we need to base our arguments on the facts. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.